Leaders eat last. Leaders eat last. Come on, put that in the chat area. That's what we're talking about this morning. Got to get into the word this morning. The Spirit of the Lord dropped this into my spirit, and I need to share it, have an impartation with you on this morning. Good morning, Ramona. How are you on this morning? How is everything going in your life? Hey, welcome to Morning Manna. Welcome to Morning Manna. I want to share a word with you, Lena. How are you doing on this morning? Great to see you guys on this morning. What a wonderful morning it is. It's almost spring. Spring is about to sprung. And I hope that you are getting ready for a great day. Got a word for you on this morning. Leaders eat last. Now, before we get into that, Gerald, glad that you're a part of our morning manna this morning. I want to just greet a couple of people this morning. Good morning, Gloria. Good morning, Joelle. How are you all on this morning? Now, you know what? I try to come with a fresh word every single weekday morning, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time or thereabout. And this is what I try to share with you. The text, the talk, and the takeaway. Good morning, Sherry. How are you? Sister Pittman, how's everything in your life? Tell your mom I said hello. And Anitra, how are you on this morning? Every morning I try to share a word with you every weekday morning and give you some impartation, some manna for your day. But I need you to do something too. Do something to help me. Make sure that you share the manna. Make sure, Anna, that you put the revelation that you get in the chat area. And also think about this. How about having a watch party? Tell somebody, join me 8 o'clock Central Standard Time at Bishop Bishop Dudley, PhD, and the Morning Manna fam. We get together for a word to live by, to grow by daily. And you know what? This morning, it's all about leaders eat last. Going to give you the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Three things from the text that I'm going to give you, 5 minutes or less. And before I do that, let me just share this story with you. I don't know about you, but I grew up in church. And growing up in church, I remember distinctively during the potluck meals that was after the morning service at St. Bethel United Holy Church in Middlesex, North Carolina, or wherever we were having church, that when the meal was served, the ministers always ate first. The pastors always ate first. My dad, I'm a PK, God be with him, and my mom, they're in heaven now. But they always ate first. You know what? You should be the first partaker, is where they got that from. But let's press past that tradition and understand, what does it mean to be a leader? Leaders eat last. Here is the text, Ezekiel 34:2. Here's the context of the text. There's some issues going on, and Israel has not moved into the destiny that God has for them. They're overwhelmed by the enemy. They're not conducting themselves accordingly. And God is not only upset with the people, he's upset with the leaders. Ezekiel 34:2. Listen, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Said, you eat the curds. You go first. You eat, and everybody else in the nation is falling apart. Why? Because the leaders are busy taking care of themselves and not taking care of the people. Leaders eat last. Now let's expand what it means to be a leader. If you stand in front of people, good morning, Yvonne. I got your bees on this morning. I want you to see that. But if you stand in front of people, you are a leader. You are a leader. If you are standing in front of people, usher, greeter, parking lot ministry, if you are standing, you are a leader. And James said this: think not that you should be a teacher or leader, because they are judged more seriously than everybody else. Okay, so let's get into this. Let me break this down. Three things I want you to see that a leader does: serve, shadow, shape. But before I do that, I want to just read this preface from this book It's a great book, Simon Sinek, Leaders Eat Last. Listen to this. Leaders are the ones who run headfirst into the unknown. They rush toward the danger. They put their interests aside to protect us or to pull us into the future. Leaders will sooner sacrifice what is theirs to save what is ours. Listen, and they would never sacrifice what is ours to save what is theirs. This is what it means to be a leader. Listen, it means they choose to go first into danger, head first toward the unknown. And when we feel sure they will keep us safe, we will march behind them and work tirelessly to see their visions come to life and proudly call ourselves their followers. Leaders eat last. And if you stand in front of people, if you just read the announcements, you are a leader. If you speak to your children, you are a leader. Why is it then that we always want to eat first as leaders? Three things. You serve. That's what a leader does. You serve. It's about other people whom you serve. Two, you shadow. You shadow. You cover others. You cover others as a priest. You make the sacrificial prayers. Remember what Job said. Job said, what did I do? I have been sacrificing because maybe my children have been sinning. He covers the people. That's what the priest does. He takes the altar, the blood from the altar, and makes sure he covers the people. So you shadow, you serve. The third thing, you shape. You teach others what it means to live according to the Holy Writ. And it's not just for shepherds in the pastoral sense. If you are in the house of God and you stand before people to do anything, you are asking them to follow you. And therefore, you are a leader. And you eat last. What's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this. Before you lead, be led. Before you lead, be led. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. And I'll have a word for you on tomorrow morning as well. God bless you. See you tomorrow morning. Bye now.